Lawin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pink Table Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Carly D., a doctorally prepared registered nurse, mentor, professional development specialist, and educator. The show is brought to you by Lawin Media Network, and you can catch us live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, either through our Facebook Live page, YouTube, Twitch TV, and we're also on all podcast platforms. So thank you all for joining us tonight. I know last week we didn't have a show. I actually took the night off to go take my mom to see Diana Ross. She was here playing in Sugarland, and we had a fantastic evening. Let me tell you, Diana Ross at 81, she is still fabulous and looking beautiful. And all the costume changes were fabulous. They were absolutely fantastic. Although she didn't wear pink, she did look really great. And so my mom and I, we really enjoyed ourselves and had a great evening out. You know, it's moments like that that I truly cherish. You know, when I think back to the days that my mom struggled to help pay so I can go to school, there were times we had no food. We only prayed and thought about better days. And so these days, I'm truly grateful that I'm able to take her to enjoy these experiences, seeing her favorite singers after everything that she's done for me. So it's a complete turnaround in our life, and we're so grateful to God every day for that. So tonight we're going to continue on. I told you March is all about wellness. I took rest to relieve myself from stress. I've been working on my health. I've been drinking this detox juice and green juice, and even though it doesn't taste good, I know it's good for me. And so I've been doing a complete work on my health, mind, body, soul, inside and out. And so I'm enjoying this journey, and I hope that you all can get on your own journey to health as well. So continuing with that, we have tonight with us Dr. Danielle Griffin, and she's going to talk to us about stress, somatic exercises, breath work, and how to relieve trauma in the body. So everybody, welcome to the show, Dr. Danielle Griffin.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Carly. I appreciate it.
Yay! I'm so excited to have you back. I know you were with us a little over a year ago at the end of 2024. I can't believe that we're now in season 6 and you're back. So
happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so glad to have you. And you're a busy woman. You're hard to reach these days. So thank you so much for spending this time with us tonight. So for our audience, our new members that are watching, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to do what you're doing today?
Yes. So I've fallen into this space really just through my own wellness journey, you know, trying to recover after postpartum, recover from grief when I lost my father, my husband lost his father, helping my mom during that process because she lost her husband. So just going through a lot. And then this was just after COVID happened as well. So, COVID had its own form of trauma and grief that we all went through during that period.
Yes.
So I found myself in the position of constantly overworking myself, busying myself, distracting myself from the pain that I was actually going through.
Yes.
But I also found myself dealing with chronic health issues, high blood pressure, struggling with weight, struggling with depression, emotional instability.
Yes.
um,
Triggered.
all the things, and then still having to take care of a family, work a full-time job, have a business. I came to a breaking point, really. And it wasn't until my husband told me, like, hey, you're looking old, where I realized something's got to give. What I've worked this hard. I have my doctorate degree. I have, a decent job with a decent pay. We had a new house. Like, I have all these things, but I don't feel successful. I don't feel happy. I don't feel whole. Yeah. And this isn't the dream I was sold. You know what I mean?
Not
like
the American dream.
You know what I mean? Like, this is this. I shouldn't feel this way. I didn't work this hard to get to where I'm at to feel this way. This doesn't make sense. And I knew something had to give, and so that's kind of when I just went down this rabbit hole to figure it out. Why am I feeling this way, and how can I stop it? How do I get rest? How do I let things go? How do I start to get my body back? Because I was even, doing yoga consistently. I was teaching yoga in a studio as well. So I was active, was eating right, doing all the typical things that they tell you. But I'm like, this still doesn't make sense, that I'm not healthy. I'm not happy. I don't, nothing is adding up.
Wow.
And so when I started kind of down that wellness journey, figuring out how to get my life back, that's when I came across somatic exercise therapy, as well as the hypnotherapy, and utilizing those things to rediscover my body, get in touch with my body, have that sense of awareness, as well as do some of the mindset work to get myself out of some of the cycles that I was in that I didn't realize I was in.
Wow. So. Yes. That you said a lot there, and I can relate to all of it. I know what it was like for myself too, after having my children, going through difficult pregnancies, difficult labor, and the after. You just don't feel like yourself. Your body has changed. You're now, taking care of another human being. You're not getting sleep. And for us as American women, we got to still work. We don't really get a lot of time off. I don't even think I had any time off with both. And so, it was like back into work mode, taking care of baby, trying to somewhere squeeze in health for myself. And so that can be a very difficult time. And then throwing COVID, a global pandemic on top of all of that. So I can imagine what that must have felt like.
I remember the doctors and nurses saying, well, you got to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, then who's going to be here to take care of your kids and family?
It's true.
Which definitely is true. But, similar to your experience, I was working a full-time job. I had limited time, which I could actually take off without other things creeping in. Like, okay, what about finances?
I don't even want to. Don't even throw money in that.
Like, technically, they had to allow me to take the time, but they didn't necessarily have to pay me to take the time.
That's right.
Right. You don't get paid and here in our great state. So if I was forced to go back to work, still running my business as well, trying to fill in the blanks when I, the period where I wasn't working, because I needed the time off. Because even when I, after I had my son, this is my second son, I went to the doctor for a follow-up visit, and they sent me straight to the hospital because my blood pressure was so high. So there's times where you're forced to sit down. And like, even then, why can't I sustain it? And, just looking at my life at that time, how I was living, how much I was working, some of it was self-inflicted as well, especially when it came to continuing to add additional responsibilities and businesses and things of that nature. But I convinced myself that I needed to do those as well.
Yes, it's true. I think the way we're raised and kind of the American mindset too, and especially for African American women, is work, work, work. And that if we're not doing everything for everybody all the time, we're lazy or we're falling short.
Right.
And so we overwork ourselves in our jobs to prove ourselves at home, you know, to be the mom, wife, you know, spouse, whatever. And then even with our friends, you know, we answer every call, we respond to every text. If it's a girl's brunch or somebody needs to vent, we're there. And so we over exhaust ourselves and we overextend ourselves and we think that's normal.
Yep, that is definitely true.
Yeah.
And we feel guilty.
Yes.
Right. We have
guilt
the guilt.
is real.
Right. And I talk to some of my clients too. And, you know, I have to check myself even too. I'm definitely not a perfect person, but it helps to communicate these experiences that we're going through. But you have to remind them, like, is that what the other person told you they want? Or is that what you're projecting that they want?
Yeah.
And when they realize, well, they never actually said that, it's an assumption. Well, until they actually say it, you're doing more than you need to. You're breaking
right
yourself.
Yes. You know what's so funny is a couple years ago too, I came to a realization, and it was like, you know what? Let me just stick to what they asked for. Let me stop going over, above, and beyond for every little thing I'm doing.
Right.
You know, I was going above and beyond for friends, for family, at the job. You know, it's like, well, they might ask for a report, but you know what? I'm going to ask add PowerPoints, highlight, you know, all these extra things to it. And it's like, you know what? Keep it simple. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay because that also alleviated a lot of stress that I was doing, and it helped to reduce my workload and just my overall life. You know, it's like we do too much sometimes, and that extra time can be used for us taking care of ourselves.
Yeah. A lot of the time I had to start asking myself, is this for them or is this for me?
Yeah.
You know, and what benefit is it having either way? If it's for me, is it a positive benefit in terms of economics or position, or, you know, what is the outcome I'm looking for? If it's just to show that I'm great at what I do,
yes, our ego, our pride, you know, and that's kind of what was that aha moment for me, was like, is this for me? This is a show off. Right. I'm trying to do too much because I'm trying to prove how great I am.
Right.
And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You know, you do it if that's what you truly want to do. Is this going to benefit the other person? Is this also going to give, you know, honor to God or to your higher being? You know, you have to look at what's the motivating factor. And a lot of times, if it's for our ego, that's when we end up exhausted.
Right. Yeah. And for me, that's really where the hypnotherapy came in, because I could start to truly visualize myself. You know, what is the future that I see for myself, and do all these other things that I'm doing actually align with that?
I like that.
You know, if it doesn't, then it's time to let it go.
Yes.
You know?
No,
if it's not putting me on the path to whatever the ultimate goal is, whatever the ultimate vision is for myself, because they say whatever your mind sees, however you view yourself, however you visualize yourself, that's true for you, right? And so if you're doing all these things and it's not aligned with that one thing, then it's okay to let it go. All the other things will fall in place.
It's so true. You know, I like that because I kept hearing that recently about where your mind goes is, you know, where your life is going to go, you know, and that takes me back to a Bible verse that talks about what you focus on is where your life is kind of going to go, or where your treasure is, you know. And then
we get more of what we focus on.
We get more. Yes. And so if you focus on negative, you're going to have all these negative things coming to you. You're going to naturally attract that. Exactly. And so it's important for us to, you know, focus on positive if we're trying to attract positivity. You know, some people call it manifestation, but it really is something that's from ancient ancient times. You know, we think this is something new, you know, like we just discovered some new thing. We call it manifesting. No, it was talked about in the Bible. It was like, set your mind on things above, you know, so basically on good things. And then, and I'll never forget my college professor. He was my speech professor. He said this one thing to us before we did our speeches, because I was very nervous. I was very shy. I didn't like to talk at all, especially public speaking. And he said to me, envision yourself doing it. He said, one trick Olympic gold medalists do is they envision themselves winning the gold. Right. Because they had interviewed hundreds of Olympic gold medalists, and they asked them, what was their one trick? What was the one thing that helped them to win? And they all envisioned it before they won. Yeah. And so I use that technique now to this day, over 20 years. I envision myself doing that thing, whether it's reaching a goal or just, you know, maybe giving a speech, whatever it is. I envision it, and I envision it going well. I don't envision it crash and burning. Right. I envision it going well. And for the most part, it seems to really work. Yes. And so we're going to go on our first commercial break of the evening, but everybody stay tuned for more Pink Table Talk.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So before we went on break, we were talking with Dr. Danielle Griffin, and she was telling us about how she got started in somatic exercises and stress relief work. It came after a time dealing with her own health issues after having her child, and then also during the COVID crisis. So, Dr. Danielle, what have you been doing since your last appearance on the show? You've been very busy, so talk to us about that.
Yes. So since then, well, you have a copy of my original book, but I added to the series. So now there's actually 3 books in the series.
Wow.
So the second one I call the Mastery Program. It just builds on this one, adds some more the exercises, the breath work. We go a little bit more into some of the meditation activities. I have some pre-recordings in there as well. And then the third book, which came out this past December, focuses more on the mental emotional healing, the trauma, a little more, kind of focusing on quieting the mind, really building more of that awareness. So doesn't have as many of the physical movements, because we covered that in book 1 and book 2, but just how to build on the practice and really, like I said, build that awareness so that you know that I've built a solid foundation. I know what my body needs when I need it. If I have to go to a doctor or a therapist, I have a better understanding of how I feel. I may not have all the exact words, but I know where it's coming from, and I can hopefully have, seek more clearly defined treatment, right? Yes. A lot of times we'll, if we're in pain, we'll go to the doctor and it's like, it hurts, but not really understanding where or how, or like how the pain's originating. And I feel that this practice just really helps us become whole again, and that's what book 3 focuses on.
I like that. I like when you said, the quieting of the mind. I feel that these days our minds are so busy. They're so loud.
Yeah.
You know, we're dealing with all the noise, not just the physical noise, but even like if we're scrolling or we're online, we're having so many images thrown at us. You know, there's a lot our brains are actually processing, and people don't realize it. You know, like there could be like 1,000 things going on in one image that we're scrolling on social media, you know, and it's like our brain is actually, it's seeing all that, it's processing all of that. But it's just, it's processing at such a speed that we don't notice it.
Right.
But our brains feel it. You know, at the end of the day, people be like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so drained. And they didn't really do much today. You know, they were on their phone or watching TV and stuff. And it's like, yeah, because your brain has to process a lot.
Yeah, a lot of information.
Yeah.
The social media, all the feeds, the threads, it's a lot how people put their videos together, you know, and which, you know, they say it's to create engagement and all of that. There's all kind of a purpose, but sometimes we have to disconnect. We have to take those moments for ourselves. You know, for me, especially, I do it first thing in the morning. Avoid even picking up the phone. Try not even look at the time. If I had the alarm go off, quickly turn it off. So
you don't hit the snooze button like we all do.
I try not to, because at least for me, that the buzzing just kind of creates that that jarring. Like, no, I need the silence. I need the moment to myself. And I'll even set, you know, if I set my alarms, most days I try not to, just kind of naturally wake up these days, you know. But if I set it, I try to give myself time before I jump right out of bed. You know, that transition period.
It's needed.
Right. And just allow myself to take that awareness. How do I actually feel today? You know, did I sleep well? Do I feel rested? Do I feel like I need a little boost of energy? You know, are my muscles tight or am I stiff? You know, allowing myself to really assess my body before I just hop to it, before I check my email, check my calendar, all of that, you know, just an ease and entry. And then it helps set the tone of the day, you know.
I like that, you know, and I started doing that last year. I started getting up extra early, you know, before all the noise of the day. You know, I'll get up an hour early to kind of give myself that time to wake up, just kind of meditate, reflect, think on the day, you know, pray, or at least read some positive affirmations. I do check my calendars though, because if I don't, I'm gonna miss something. And I have to check 3 calendars. And you know, sometimes I'll look at the work emails so I can at least know what I have to deal with when I go in to mentally prepare myself. So I'll look at it and be like, okay, we're gonna deal with that when I get there. Like, okay, on the drive in now, I know what to kind of like start preparing myself for.
I mean, eventually I check the calendar, right? But at least that those initial moments before I flood my brain with external noise, right? I make that about me, you know, about my wellness, how I'm feeling, you know, my setting a positive tone for the day before I give my mind to somebody else or to something else. You know what I mean?
It's so true. And that's my favorite time of day. My favorite time is in those early hours of the morning, where I have my coffee. House is quiet. You know, sometimes I'll sit on the balcony and just look out and just hear nothing. And I love that. It's so peaceful. It's my favorite moment. Always.
I definitely agree. One thing that disturbs me is like if a TV gets left on or something, like what am I hearing? It's like cackling or, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever was on, like that's not what my brain and my mind want to hear right now. So
it's so true. I even put candles on too now, so I have like aromatherapy going and my coffee and my peace and quiet before, you know, all the noise of the day starts to fill in. So it's helped though. I say that it has helped me to take on the day better. You know, and I like that you said you should have like a gradual awakening.
Yeah, definitely. And I see you essentially created a ritual for yourself. And that's definitely what I encourage my clients, as we work through whatever their struggles are, in a way, kind of tinkering, trying is the optimal time for me in the morning?
Yes.
Do I need some extra love in the afternoon throughout the day? Or is it the nighttime before while I'm winding down, trying to relax and ease myself into slumber? And so playing with the different exercises, what makes you feel good, what gives you energy, what makes you, a little more sleepy and relaxed.
Yeah.
And then kind of like you mentioned, what they're doing, the aromatherapy helps for some people. I use, especially at night, an eye mask. And the one that I use has a little you can change them out, aromatherapy pad, if you will, that sticks to the inside. So it helps, keep my eyes closed, blocks out a lot of the light, and has that nice aroma to just relax me and calm down my nervous system.
Yes,
So,
I like that.
those are things that I believe we all need,
Yes.
just a lot of times, again, with the phone, either we're waking up with it or going to sleep with it, right?
Yes,
And
it's true.
and again, I'm a culprit at times as well, but being able to have that transition period where you can disconnect and allow your nervous system to start to relax, allow your muscles and body and mind to rest, especially at night, so that you can relieve some of the tension.
Yes.
And, I encourage my clients to play with it, throughout the day, especially those who have lots of back-to-back meetings and a really intense or stressful job. You might need some of that exercise and that relief throughout the day, so you're not carrying it home, bringing it to your family. And I know that's what I was going through. I didn't have those opportunities to release. I was going to work, driving home, coming home, rushing to get my kids to practice, rushing to get dinner together. And there was no time for me to just breathe before going to one thing to the next. And then it was time for bed, and just trying to trying to tell my mind, okay, it's time to rest now, when I had all this other stuff throughout the day. It can take a longer period of time to allow your body the opportunity to relax. And so if you do a little bit throughout the day, your body will thank you when it's time to go to bed. You might find you fall asleep faster. You stay asleep longer. You get deeper, more restful sleep.
It's so true. On my phone, it shows me how many hours and minutes and time I spent on the phone. And once it started tracking that, it helped me to see how much time I was spending on my phone. And so when I notice my time on the phone is going up, I start to pull back. I start to say, oh, okay, that's too much. Maybe it was a busier week. And so, that's different. There was a lot going on. But I don't want to spend too much time on my phone. I like to try to have more time just to decompress, like you said, and just not having my mind constantly going and processing information. And it has helped me to have more restorative sleep, and I feel more relaxed. When I was constantly on the phone and, texting, doing this, it's like, I'm sitting up in the middle of the night, it's my brain is still going.
It's hard to shut it off, right?
Yes.
Always thinking about the alerts.
And people will be like, oh, I try to call you, or I try to text you. Oh, you're so busy. And it's like, no, I'm not busy. I'm sleeping now. It's after 9 o'clock. My phone is just being shut down. I'm rested. I have my glass of wine, and I'm going to relax and decompress.
Exactly.
Yes. And so we're going to take our second break of the evening, but everybody stay tuned for more Pink Table Talk with Dr. Danielle Griffin.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm still trying to prop this book back up. For some reason, it doesn't want to cooperate. And so we're here tonight. We're talking with Dr. Danielle Griffin, continuing on our Women's Health Month journey. And so before we went on break, she's talked about quieting the mind and how sometimes we have to decompress by turning our phone off or, getting away from the phone before we go to bed. So Dr. Danielle, you talked about how you used to have high blood pressure. So tell us, how is that now and how did you lower your blood pressure?
Yeah. So doing the practice of the somatic exercise has helped me lower the pressure, get more control over how I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't an immediate, right?
Yes.
And it takes time, takes practice, using that breath work, using the meditation, calming the central nervous system. It was also, kind of going back to what we were saying, gave me the opportunity to get the rest that I need.
Yes.
If my body wasn't recovering from the day before, if I was only getting a few hours of sleep that night, I can't expect for my blood pressure to be lower, even if I was eating right. And, that's what I didn't have that realization right away. Like, well, I ate well today. Why am I still, if I check my pressure, why is it still through the roof? Like, if I can't let my doctor know what these readings are, but it allowed me to utilize that practice. And I noticed when I was going to the doctor for follow-ups, like, okay, I'll pull into the doctor's parking lot. I'll do some breath work.
I already know where this is going.
Right. Do some breath work because, I'm not always on time. I'm often rushing. And so if I get traffic, right, I'll get there, I'll get out, I'll rush in, and then they'll bring me back and then the readings were never right.
Yeah.
But I started to notice, okay, if I'm doing it at home and I have more of a normal range, but then I'm going in here, then it's out of whack. But then I notice, well, if I do it before I go into the office, after I get out the car, either in the lobby or, before I enter, I noticed my pressure was lower, like more in a normal range. And so after a few follow-ups, okay, well, let's see what it looks like in 3 months. It was a little frustrating for me, like, didn't I prove enough? But but it also proved to me like this actually works. It's, but with consistent monitoring, consistent practice, doing this, getting the rest that I need, and not just playing with myself like, all right, I got a good night's sleep last night, that's good. But making it a goal to consistently get sleep. And what does that mean for me, for my overall well-being? Like I mentioned before, okay, I have the vision of where I want to be. What are my goals? Allowing me to eliminate things so that I have a holistic look of my life, not just eating right, not just exercising, it's getting the sleep, it's having that emotional stability, living holistically. And that's what that looked like for me. And being able to say that I can do this practice for myself, even a few minutes a day, for me, like I mentioned, the mornings work best. And this is having a significant change on my life. I'm able to sleep through the night, which before that was unheard of. No,
I know.
I would be able to fall asleep right away most of the times, but sometimes I wasn't going to bed till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Or, if I did go bed more of a reasonable time, I wasn't sleeping through the whole night, waking up a few
Mhm.
hours in and then struggling to fall
Mhm.
back to sleep.
Oh,
By the
wow.
time I fell back to sleep, it was time to get back up again.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that was hard. Even with my, when my son was younger,
Mhm.
um, he slept better than,
Oh, they
than
always
I
sleep better than us.
right.
We don't get to sleep. We don't get to
Right.
eat. We don't get anything. And
Right.
once they come out, that's it.
Right.
We're done.
Well, even after, there's that point where you're having to get them up regularly.
Oh,
But
yeah.
once you're past that, like,
Yeah.
all right, I don't have to do all that.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have to train my body to actually rest.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Now I've been enjoying it. I think I went 6 years with no sleep. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, this is just, that was something. So now that they can sleep in a little bit,
Right.
it's very nice for me.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely lower my pressure.
Right.
Yes. And so so talk to us. You did a TED Talk recently. How was
Yes.
that? What was that like?
Yes. It was great.
Yeah, that's interesting. I
yeah.
always wanted to do a TED Talk. But I'm like, I don't know what I would talk about. What the benefits of wearing pink? I don't know.
I mean, you could certainly transform that into your feminism and what it means to be a woman, or
True.
all the things. So, and it's catchy, but
Yes, I mean, I'll have to throw pink in there somewhere.
definitely.
Yes.
But just having that opportunity to speak on the stage, on that type of platform, even if the world wasn't physically there, because it's actually a pretty small audience that
Oh, okay.
at the location that I did, but it has such a large impact to say that I
Yeah.
was on the TEDx stage
Yeah,
where
that's cool.
so many people respect the speakers that are on there, looking for more knowledge, sharing their experiences and
Yes.
beliefs, or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And my goal, since learning about somatics and hypnotherapy and learning how the impact that it had on my life, was to share it with others. And I did that initially through the book and the first book.
Yes.
But when I learned about, I already knew about TEDx, but learned that, I could actually speak on the TEDx stage myself. I knew that was something I wanted to do, to be able to share, the good news, so to speak.
Yes. I
about
think it's great. When there we have a picture of you there.
Yes.
So you're wearing your signature green.
Yes.
And it's so funny. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and you're here with this lovely green. And I wish I could see her lovely nails. They're green also.
Yes,
and so that's such a lovely color on you. So
Thank
this is
you.
you doing your TED speak.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe I'll be coming up next with all my pink on.
Definitely.
And so tell us, you also started a little shop. So talk to us about your shop.
So the shop, you can find the book as well as other wellness products. And so basically, I designed it as a way to bring wellness tools to people. It's really hard to create that ritual without having the proper tools.
Very nice. I
and,
like these designs.
Thank you.
Where did you get the concepts for the designs, and why the mushrooms? What are you trying to say?
Well, mushrooms are also on my shop. The lion's mane, the cordyceps.
Okay. So good healthy mushrooms.
Yes. So it allows you to, again, it's a tool for the mind, for focus, and allowing you to live that holistic lifestyle. In any form. And it could just be wearing a comfortable sweater, feeling holistic, or it could be the books, it could be a variety of different things. So
very nice.
all of these things, supplements, are used to support the wellness journey and the somatic life.
I love it. This is great. This is great. So what are some of the products that people can find on there? I saw some like bushel of herbs or something. I'm not sure what it was
some sage.
Okay, sage. Yes, you got to sage a house.
Yes, definitely.
Or something.
In similar ways to, like you mentioned, their aromatherapy.
Yes.
It's, kind of creates that ritual effect, the healing from inside out, and just allows us to better release some of the things that we're carrying.
Very
and
nice.
So emotion and mental, emotional, physical, different oils, some beverages, as well as the books, and like I mentioned, lifestyle products, sweaters, shirts, stuff. So
nice. Very cool. Very cool. So I've been hearing a lot more about lion's mane. Talk to me about that. What kind of supplement is the lion's mane? It's a mushroom, right?
Yeah, it's a mushroom, but oftentimes it's like micro dosing, so it's not going to be a huge amount of it, but it allows us to have some more energy, have some more focus. It's often suggestive for people with ADHD. So, if people are looking for alternatives, it's something worth trying, I believe. Yeah. I use it myself as well.
Oh, nice. So, that's great. Yeah. Can children use it for focus, or is it only for adults?
I think for most recommendation for adults, there might be things available for kids. I know there's some gummies and things out there as well. So, but I think most of the products out there, at least what they've tested and what's available, adults.
Oh, okay. So, anything to make them sleep now. You got a supplement for that. I'm just joking. Okay. Well, that's cool. I'm really excited for you and your shop. That's really awesome for you to start on this journey. And people can also get your books there. So that's wonderful. Any more books coming out in the future, or any other new products coming out in the future for your line?
Yes. I don't have any dates yet, but I am working on a workbook to go with the books as well, and some journals. I've been playing with the idea of doing like a calendar, so that I have within the books, just a worksheet that people can use to kind of create their monthly plan. But then I thought, okay, let's expand on that. What would a full year look like, and how we might log it and create, different days and goals throughout the year to expand on it. So still in the works, but more to come.
What I find is a lot of people are doing that have come up with self-help books. They're also doing a workbook component as well to go with it, like a little guide. And I like that, because I feel like people like tools to use. I think it's great for us to digest information, but I like also working with something, and that kind of helps us to put our goals into practice, and kind of really makes it more realistic for us. It kind of brings it to life. So I love that. So I'm going to be looking forward to your workbook coming out soon. So that's wonderful for you. Thank you so much. So we're going to take our last commercial break of the evening, but when we come back, I'm going to be Dr. Danielle's patient. And so I'm going to do some breath work, hypnosis, and see if I can get some stress relief, because I am a very busy woman. So everybody stay tuned.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit DizonLawFirm.com.
We finally got it to stay it up. Well, everybody, welcome back to Pink Table Talk. Tonight, we've been talking with Dr. Danielle Griffin. And so now I am going to take the patient's chair, so to speak, and have her work with me through some exercises.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm here.
So what would you say you've been experiencing, or like how does your life go on a day to day on average? What does it look like for you?
It's very busy. I would say, like I said earlier, I have my mornings where I have like my time of gradual awakening. So I would say for about an hour of my day is my quietest moment in the mornings. And then after that, it just all goes downhill. No, it doesn't go downhill. It goes uphill. It's very busy, but it's fun. It's productive. I do a lot of different things, work a lot of multiple things. So it's very busy. One of the things that I do see is I'm talking and communicating with lots of people. So whether it's my work related, school, family related, maintenance, just cars, anything, I'm constantly in communication all day long, whether it's emails, texts, phone calls, virtual meetings, social media. It's just constant
alerts constantly going
lots
off.
of alerts. I even had to shut my notifications off on a lot of apps because it was just constant. And so now I only have like a few things that I need to see, like Ring camera alerts and things like that. But, there's so many people to talk to in a given day. I could probably talk to at least 20 to 30 people. Tuesday, I cleared over 1,000 emails.
Wow.
Yes. And between just 2 inboxes, I still got 1 inbox left with over 200. So my day is very, very, I would just say it's a lot of processing information and communicating.
And how do you feel by the evening?
Tired. I'm worn out. Oh yeah. By the end of the day, I would say about 7 o'clock, 7:30, my brain is tired. Like, I don't want to deal with any work issues. I don't want to deal with school issues. Like with my kids, I don't want to deal with anything. I just want to go into like brain shut off mode.
Right.
But that's when now the social, everybody wants to talk, call me, text me. And then my brain is just done.
You don't have any more to give.
I don't have nothing left to give. Yeah. Yeah.
How would you say is that impacting your relationships?
Oh, yeah, it impacts it a lot because a lot of people will tell me that I don't communicate enough. They will also tell me that I'm too busy, and maybe my lifestyle's too busy for a relationship. And it's like, I don't think I'm that busy, but what it is like I said, by the time 5 p.m., 6 p.m. comes, maybe like I said, I cleared 1,000 emails. I've had virtual meetings, phone calls, text messages, everything, all these communications. So I'm tired.
Right. So it sounds like from what you said, you're communicating a lot during the day, but the people that matter the most to you feel like you're not.
Yes.
And so possibly looking to find that balance in your levels of communication, how much you're giving to work and business and other things, and being able to give a little bit more to the people that matter you most to fill those, relationship responsibilities, if you will.
Yes, because relationships are important to me. And I'm not just talking about romantic. I'm also talking about family, friends, social life. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm just drained, and then it's like, I'm already starting to think of the next day. It's like, oh, I have to get back to this thing that I might have put off, or tomorrow I have to create. So I do a lot of creating in the work that I do. And so that takes a lot of mental energy to create.
Yeah, definitely.
So
let's take a few moments to quiet the mind. And during the few moments that we have, we'll kind of gradually build into seeing what a more balanced life will look like for you, and where you envision some of that time shifting, or how things might move so you can have those relationships, happy, healthy relationships you're looking for. So you want to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. In through your nose, fill up your belly, expand your lungs, and exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in through your nose. At the top, hold your breath and exhale out through your mouth. Good. Continue your breath at a normal pace. So you start to relax the muscles in your face and your head, starting from the top of your skull. You might feel some tingling sensations as you release the tension down the side of your face, letting your eyes get heavy and relax your jaw. So you continue your breath. You know that this is your moment and your opportunity to relax and rest and relieve some stress. As you go on this journey to learn some new techniques that you can use to better yourself, become a more holistic person, a more balanced person. So you continue to feel that relaxation down the side of your neck, the back of your neck to the top of your spine. You start to feel your shoulders drop. As your breath gets deeper and heavier, you feel the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. You notice any physical sensations in your body, any changes in your posture, adjustments in your limbs as you start to let go. Having awareness of each muscle and how it feels in this moment. Start to notice any additional tension that you're carrying in your upper body, any areas where you haven't fully let go. Knowing that you're in a safe space where you can relax and relieve any thoughts and worries or concerns that you have in this moment. Being aware of your physical being, continue your breath as you start to deepen your relaxation down your spine, through your seat and hips. So you feel like you're melting into your chair, into your comfortable seat. Your legs start to feel heavy. You have awareness in this moment of where you carry most of your tension, where your stress and anxiety resides in your body. So you know that having that awareness will allow you to achieve your goals faster. Knowing where you should target that release knowing exactly what you need at this time. On your next inhale, gently flutter your eyes open. How do you feel right now?
I feel pretty calm, but I definitely notice a lot of sensation on the left side of my body, from like my head to my shoulder. My
Yeah.
left shoulder. Mhm.
Yeah. So it sounds like you might carry a lot of that tension on the left side.
Yeah.
So one of the great things, about my book, I have a lot of activities that will target specific areas of the body. So once you take your book home, you can focus on those areas, taking the moments that we just did to have that awareness and say, okay, where am I really feeling this?
Yeah, lots
And
of tension.
yeah. So we'll do a few exercises to target those areas. And so the first one, if you inhale, you'll gently open your mouth, kind of almost like you're holding a golf ball or an egg in your mouth as you inhale, and feeling that release in the jaw.
Yeah.
And then on the exhale, just blowing it out. And you can feel
Ooh, that does feel good.
Yeah. You let the muscles in the neck and the shoulders on the exhale just kind of pour out. So inhale and exhale.
Ooh.
And then, in your own practice, you just do that as many times as you feel you need. And each time you do it, kind of expanding your lungs a little deeper, getting deeper breaths, that moving that oxygen, circulating that blood throughout your body, enriching your body with the oxygen throughout, targeting the areas that you're specifically looking to target. And so that's where that movement comes in as well. It allows your body to say, okay, we need to send more of this good stuff to those areas to help really find that release.
Wow, that's great. That's great. That's wonderful. Even just taking those few deep breaths and having that moment to kind of quiet my mind, I feel good. I feel really nice and calm. And so that's different for me. I always think I have like ADHD because my brain is constantly going. So just even taking those few moments with you, I feel such great relief already. So I'm definitely going to go home and read this and practice some of those exercises, maybe add that to my morning or evening routine, so that I can decompress and unwind from a busy, hectic day.
Definitely. Other things you do is, some gentle neck circles. I know I love those. They feel really good. You just take that moment to just let it go, just throw my head back and around, don't worry about it.
I'm doing, I'm like, I'm gonna add a little dance there.
Right. I mean, by the time you finish, you might feel good enough. You're like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to move. With gentle neck stretches,
yes, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a lot of tension here. So definitely want to spend some time working on that neck and shoulder area.
Right. And just remembering to breathe into it. A lot of times we're just like, oh, just go through the motions and maybe I'll rub it out. But it's really how our body works. I was saying, drawing the oxygen, the blood flow into those areas is really where we'll not only find the release, but if you have inflammation, relieving the tension, all of that works in our favor and allows, you're sending signals to your brain, your body. This is what I need. And this is exactly where I need it.
Yes. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Danielle Griffin. For those of you out there, definitely check out her shop, her books, listen to her TED Talk. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad you were able to join us again tonight. I do feel stress relieved. And so now hopefully I'll be able to go ease on into my evening and have a good night's sleep. So thank you all for watching tonight. Make sure you guys tune in next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, Lawin Media Network. You can catch us on Twitch TV, Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Have a good night.
Thank you.